welcome back to Terminal Garage. So today we're going to be carrying on with a few things on my Suzuki Carry. In the last video you saw, we basically got this thing done to the point where we could take it for its first test drive, which was great. But there's a couple of things I've still got to do. One, the big one, I've got a new shifter cable for the four-wheel drive system. Moves nice and easy, so that's good. I'm going to put this in, which will allow me to get the interior 100% put back together. And I've got a new air pump for the air horn that was installed by a previous owner at some point in this vehicle's life. But the old motor and pump was all seized up, corroded I should say, inside. So I'm going to put that in. So let's just get right to it and get this thing back together 100%. All right, so to get this shifter cable installed, I'm going to have to pull the seats out and put that cable in. I have to pull this seat out as well in order to get the center console in. There's a couple of push pins that come in from each side, and you have to remove the seats to get to it. Kind of silly, but that's how it is. So let's just get right to it. All right, so with the seats out, I can slide this thing under the vehicle here. I think I can get to the mounting, yes, I can get to the mounting point where the clip holds this on and fish the cable up through here. I also gotta put the shifter back on, so I'll do that first and then fish the cable up through and install it. Okay, so that's got the shifter hooked up on the driver's side. The other side, I've got to hook it up to the transmission. This clip there, the trick is put the metal clip onto the cable itself and then slide it in. It's not easy. It actually took me quite a bit of time to get that to finally slide on there and click into place. But now that it's on, that's all put together. But before I put the console in, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull this rubber matting out of this thing and vacuum underneath it all, take it outside, give it a wash, and then put it back in. All right, so that was really easy. Just some clips, a couple push pins, and pulled the carpet off the front of the engine compartment, I guess you could say, and the floors. But yeah, I'm glad I pulled this out. It's really dirty and gross, so I'm going to go in here with a vacuum, clean this out, get some cleaner, clean it all up, clean the carpets, and put it all back together. Okay, so I spent some time getting this all cleaned up. Obviously vacuumed out the floors, wiped them all down, worked on the back of the cab. I even removed the headrest just to show you, how dirty it is there. So I'll get that all cleaned up. Here's the back of the headrest. Pretty nasty looking, so I had to clean that too. But yeah, I'd give this a deep, thorough cleaning. And yeah, we're getting close to putting this interior back together. The carpet, I've got to let it dry a bit. So while that's drying, I'm going to work on installing the horn. All right, so I've transferred the bracket that they had off the old pump onto the new one. Again, being exactly the same. That made it a breeze, so we'll have to pull the washer tank off. How did I get there? We're gonna remove these 3 screws holding the grill, top of the grill, so I can pull it back. Hook up my air line. There we go. Okay, so the polarity, I'm not sure which way. I mean, it's gonna go one way or the other, so. All right, that's hooked up. Let's see if this works. That's really loud, but pretty funny for a little truck to have an air horn like that. Anyway, I'll put this all back together and that's that job done. Next thing I'm gonna do is start cleaning up the passenger seat. It's vinyl basically, but it's so dirty. So what I've got, I'm just using some spray 9 and then taking a bristle brush and just going around to get into all the crevices and whatnot in the material. And man, does it get the dirt out. Makes a huge difference. It was so dirty. Anyway, we'll do the top of the seat next here and install it. Just gonna do a quick before shot of this seat before I clean it. And here you go, all cleaned up. I'm telling you, it looks brand new. Really happy with that. So I'm just gonna install this into the truck and the passenger side's done. All right, so there you go. The interior, other than the driver's seat, is back together. Dash is all wiped down, floor is all clean. Clean the door panels here. Seems the Armor All I'm using is soaking in. It dries up after. It's not super shiny, so I might have to hit it a few times. But the driver's seat is the next thing I gotta tackle because it's, as you know, torn. So I'm not sure. I'll probably just clean it up and put it in and deal with getting the material fixed at a later date. Okay, so I just hooked up the 4-wheel drive cable and the shifting works great. One thing I noticed when I took this for a test drive, I didn't do it on camera, but I did go for a drive on the highway, and it's definitely lacking power. And when I'm sitting here and just hitting the throttle, it's not really snappy. Not only that, but there's a severe exhaust rattle that I was getting. So I just looked at that, and it's coming from the catalytic converter. I suspect the catalytic converter is plugged or something is blocking the exhaust, and that's why I'm lacking power. So I was thinking about getting a new throttle body, but I'm thinking more I'm gonna basically remove the exhaust off of the truck and take a bar or something and go down the exhaust pipe and bust up that catalytic converter and dump all the bits out, because I think that's what's causing my lack of power. All right, so I just slipped the exhaust off really easy. 2 bolts in the front and 3 hangers. 1 there and 2 on the muffler. So I got that off and I'll show you what it looks like down the exhaust. Okay, I'll see if you can shine my light there. You can kind of see it. The catalytic converter is completely shattered. So I suspect some of that catalytic converter, you can't really see it, but there you go, is blocking the exhaust. So I'm gonna get a bar, start busting up that catalytic converter and shake it all out. All right, so now, see if you can see down there. It is complete, there's the other end of the pipe, completely clear. And this is all what came out. So I'm gonna have a quick look, see if any of this stuff looked plugged. Yeah, no, I don't see anything, you know. You can see through, that's neat. You can see through all the bits of the converter here. Light goes through all of it. You can see through there. So yeah, it's also got this, I hope that's not asbestos, some fibrous stuff in there. And that could have easily been pushed up against the back, blocking the exhaust. But anyway, sweep this up and we'll bolt the exhaust back into the truck. All right, so I got it warmed up, and let's check the throttle here. I don't know if it's better or not. I really got to take it out on the highway, but the exhaust sounds way different. A little bit more throaty sounding. Anyway, I guess the next thing to do is actually take this out for a drive. All right, we're gonna pull out onto the highway here. Let's see how this thing's gonna do. problem, plugged exhaust. I don't typically like to drive these things much more than 80 kilometers an hour. Maybe I'll go 85. Yep, that solved it. All right, so that's pretty much gonna do it. Gonna get this video out to you guys. It's actually been quite a few days since I've posted. I've been really busy with some other stuff outside of the shop, and it's just been getting in my way. But anyway, I'll get this out to you. The truck is working really good right now. There's actually a couple of things I still need to do. One, I forgot, it's actually got a broken antenna. The antenna for the radio is snapped right off. I've got to replace that. I'm going to replace the radio that's in there as well with something else. I don't think there's any factory speakers in the dash. I think I've got to install those. So I might do a little bit of a stereo video coming up. And also, unfortunately, there's actually a small oil leak, and it's dripping onto the exhaust manifold coming from the exhaust manifold bolt. I do not know what's going on there, but I'm going to have to dig into that. So it's a very odd one. You don't normally see an oil leak there, but I've got to deal with that. But before I sign this video off, just a reminder that Turbo Garage, I got a podcast. It's going to be coming up late March. We're still working out some details, but when I know more, I'll definitely pass it on. We're looking to do basically a 1 hour podcast every week. We're not too sure what day of the week it's going to be, but it should be a lot of fun where you, my viewers, my subscribers, or anybody else that just likes to watch my videos can actually message in, call in, and ask me some questions. Razz me, whatever you want to do. Talk about Mustangs, talk about K-trucks, talk about racing, talk about maintenance, engine overhauls, you name it. If it's automotive and you want to talk about it, I'm all ears. So anyway, that's going to do it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and that little truck is really coming out great. Thoughts and comments down below, and yeah, thanks for watching, and have yourself a great day.